rare condition, which has a really long name. It's called hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis.
Which is?
Well, really what that means is that his immune system has decided, for reasons that we oftentimes never understand, to attack his body. Very aggressive. It is a disease that we can treat. In my hands, over the last too many years that I don't want to tell you, but over the last 10 years, I would say that we do about 50-50. So 50% of the time, when we give people an aggressive treatment, they get better. And 50% of the time, in spite of all of the aggressive treatment, people die from this disease. Unfortunately, it takes some weeks to really know whether or not the treatment is even helping. So we started with the treatment yesterday. We gave him the steroids, which are the beginning of the treatment. The next part of it, if we decide that we want to be very aggressive, involves a form of chemotherapy that suppresses the immune system to try to stop this process. And as I said, it can take several weeks before we know that people are starting to get better. And during that time, we got to be willing to support and do whatever their body needs. So that would mean leaving the tube in. It would mean continuing all the support.
That's not what he wants.
Leaving the breathing tube in.
Mm-hmm.
He's been trying to yank that out all along. In his directive.
I understand.
Because you
know,
can't
this
get...
is-
Well, Mom, you're saying that you don't want to, if he has a 50% chance to
Yeah.
live, you
We
don't
don't want
want
to do that. But that's what he wants.
if there's a treatment, you got to go with it. No, Dad? You don't want to be treated. Dad, you have a bad disease. Just listen to me. You have a bad disease. You can be treated. There's a 50% chance you'll come out of it. You'll do okay. You want to go through with it. 50. There you go. 50% chance. I think you got to let it go.
Tell him he has to leave the tube in.
Dad, when they treat you, they're going to have to put the tube in. You're not going to be able to talk.
It has to stay in.
The air tube is going to have to stay.
At least for the next several days. I mean, we're
Okay.
all motivated to want to get that out as soon as we possibly can.
Sure.
But what we want to do is we want to support his body so that we can let the medicines work, number one. And number two, make sure that when the tube does come out, he's strong enough to exchange oxygen and do all the things that his lungs need to do.
Sure.
Well, he said go for it, so...
What about the other tests, like the bone marrow and the biopsy of the liver and stuff like that? Is that something that will be done during this time period, or?
Well, he's really not stable enough for us to do any of those things right now. Okay? The diagnosis of this disease is made by putting together pieces kind of a puzzle. So there are 8 things that are associated with this disease, and when people have 5 or more of those 8 things, then that tends to equal this disease. So he has 6 of them. We have sent off blood testing to look for the other few, to see if we can get some additional confirmation of that. The problem with this is really kind of twofold. One, it's a hard disease to recognize, and the longer it goes without being treated, the less likely people are to get better. So we tend to want to try to put the pieces together as quickly as we can, and also initiate a treatment plan as efficiently and quickly as we can.
How long could he have had this? Because he did not get sick until last Saturday.
I think he's had it for a very short period of time, days to a few weeks.
Okay. That's one good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because he was fine Friday,
Yes, ma'am.
last Friday.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
laughing and everything. Saturday he was disoriented.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said he had a tummy ache.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wouldn't go to the hospital.
Yes, ma'am.
And his son came over and we forced him to go,
Yes,
which was the
ma'am.
best thing we ever did.
Of course. Yes, ma'am. So if we're going for this, in addition to the steroids, involves a form of chemotherapy that interacts with the immune cells that are causing this problem. The chemotherapy is called etoposide or VP16. We give it in the vein twice a week for the next few weeks, along with the steroids. We keep watching things. We'll watch very carefully, and hopefully we can start giving you some news that things are looking like they're starting to get better. It'll be probably blood tests that'll look better first, and then hopefully he'll start looking better.
So 50-50.
50-50.
What was the chemo called again?
Etoposide, E-T-O-P. We'll give you some information to read.
Okay, I just want to pass it off to my friend.
Yeah.
He's the head of oncology.
At
I believe it's VCU.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the disease we're calling is, if you tell
I've
him
got that.
HLH,
I've already
he'll
sent
know.
that.
So it's prednisone
Is that Alan?
and etoposide.
No, his name is David Pemberthy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what we're gonna need to do is we'll have to ask you to sign a permission slip so that we can get the medication started.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and give the first dose of it today.
Okay.
We'll continue with the steroids. The ICU is doing an amazing job. They'll continue to help us make sure that his blood pressure is where it needs to be and his oxygen levels are good, and that we're managing all of the electrolytes and things in his blood, and making sure that we're doing the best that we can to sort of keep everything functioning at as high a level as possible.
Okay. Question. Chemo usually upsets the stomach.
So this one doesn't, but I will
Okay.
prophylactically give him a little bit of anti-nausea medicine.
Okay, I was wondering how that was going to work with
Yeah,
the.
this one usually does not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.
You're
So-
gonna have to sign. I can't.
Sure.
My
Alright.
hand's not working.
That's all right.
They both have the authority to do that.
No problem. No problem at all.
All right, Mom. Once you go home, I'll stay here. You go home.
Keep me posted.
I'll keep you posted. Let them do their job. And
Or message
let-
him.
yeah,
Okay.
We're good?
We're
Do you guys
good.
have any other questions?
I'm sure we'll have lots of